Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to F122, my team career mode for the Chinese Grand Prix. This is the first time we've ran the Chinese Grand Prix in this series. And celebrating the Chinese New Year, the Year of the Rabbit, we have a special livery, one-off livery for just the Chinese Grand Prix. This will be this is to show respect to China, yeah, so here we go. Chinese Grand Prix. Let's head to qualifying. Yes! We go on pole position. Here we go then. Formation lap about to get underway. So everyone's starting on the soft tire compound. As we see the cars taking up to the grid spots, we're about to go racing. We see the last of the grid lining up. Here we go. 5 red lights here in Shanghai for the first time. It's lights out, and away we go from Shanghai with these 2022 cars, and immediately into turn 1. Lando Norris already on the attack. He's gotten past Sergio Perez. He's now past us. Whew. What a start to this Chinese Grand Prix. George Russell, he qualified P4, but he had a 10-place grid penalty. So he will lose. He started P14. I am not quite sure where he is now as we lock up big time. That is not going to help us in any sort of sense whatsoever. We already had a engine failure this season in only the second race running, so this Mercedes engine in the back of our car may not be all that great. Lando, having run with Mercedes engines from McLaren all his career, he is absolutely flying with this engine. He has no issue with it. Me, on the other hand, I'm still figuring it. I'm still figuring out this car, everything. How hard I can go on the brakes. This is a new circuit, too. I've never raced this circuit with these cars. So, yeah, it really is a learning experience for me because even when I had the shot to race with the new era of cars on this circuit, I crashed out pretty much immediately. So yeah, never really got a shot at actually learning the circuit. I took a couple of practice laps around the circuit, which is something I don't normally do. We'll end up doing it again in the second new circuit of Portimao later on in the season. But for right now, let's focus on one thing, and that is getting back up to the front. As Sergio Perez has nicked the fastest lap away from our teammate Lando Norris. However, it doesn't seem like he's really catching Lando all that much. 14 laps around this Shanghai circuit. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys, I'm seeing a bit of a pattern with this car around this circuit. Yeah. I see it now. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I've kind of found a pattern that this car is kind of having us run on around this circuit. Like every circuit, every car, cars can have different settings on how they perform. I think I just might have found the way my car is performing. So we've made the move on Robert Schwartzman to move up into P8. Now chasing the Red Bull of Jehan Daruvula. How many times have we seen Daruvula start in the Red Bull and then get kicked out late in the mid-season? I want to see Daruvula actually score good points, because that is what the Red Bull is capable of. It's the second best car on the grid right now. I just don't know. Red Bull kind of hampered themselves when they decided to not re-sign Liam Lawson after he brought them their first 1-2 in a very long time. So we're now chasing after the Red Bull into that hard right hand hairpin. like the contact there. Purple third sector. So we dive at the Red Bull. Not exactly a place you normally see cars make moves at in real life. That portion of turn 1, that mid-section of turn 1, not exactly a common overtaking zone, area. You normally see people dive underneath other drivers into turn 1, not through the middle of it. But I saw my chance and I decided to take it. Now chasing after Daniel Ricciardo in the Mercedes. DRS open. Gaining on the Mercedes. We force Ricciardo into a mistake. He locks up. And we move up into P6. So what we're going to do now is, even though I feel like Lando should be the one who pits now because he's the one leading, we're going to pit this lap and see if we can't get a undercut. Won't have DRS on Stroll, which means we'll be a very easy target for Ricciardo to come back at us, especially with that mistake getting up on the curbs. So here comes Ricciardo in the Merc. I don't think he'll be able to get us into the tight hairpin. Doesn't. We'll go ahead and peel on into the pits. Try and get an undercut. On these guys. So we stay ahead of Ricciardo out of the pits. That's the main thing. Now we have a shot at getting past Leclerc because he is stuck behind a very slow-going Williams of Dan Ticktum. He has a bit of a gap to Ticktum, but with fresh mediums, he'll catch Ticktum pretty quickly here. So, now, it's all about running a good, clean, quick lap to try and make up as many positions from those who pit this lap. Also known as the second drivers in the driver lineup. Yeah, I think I'm funny. There it is, Leclerc is stuck behind the Williams, costing him very valuable time. Unfortunately, we were not close enough to have DRS. on either of them. So Leclerc now, I don't know why I tried making that move. It was not going to happen anyways. Here we go, DRS down the straight. Can we try and make up some positions? Oh, with Lando! That's why there's something called a flashback. Lando's actually been jumped by a Merc, I believe that is. Yes, he has. He's been jumped by Stroll. How has he been jumped by Stroll? Surely Lando will get Stroll again. But yeah, Lando. Really poor pit stop. I wonder if they had a mistake or something. Because he was cruising ahead of Stroll. He was leading the race. Battling with Perez, yes. So he really should be where Perez is, truly. Not back here with me. Behind the Mercedes. But that's what happens sometimes. You have mistakes like that occur, and you try and fight back. So I doubt it will be a race win for last lap Lando this time around, but thank you, Mark. Yeah. Bad business sometimes in Formula 1. You sometimes have really good stops, really good races, as we nick the fastest lap of the race with a 1:34.8. So we nicked it off of Perez. It's good. At least McLaren won't be scoring that extra point. We make the move. Felipe Drugovich is the one leading. Ferrari only having one race win this series, that coming from Leclerc last year in France. Yeah, you guys think I don't remember this, but I do. Ferrari currently P2 in the Constructors' Championship. They have a shot at winning their second race of the series here today. But it could be foiled by what else but a McLaren. McLaren of Sergio Perez. And maybe a certain driver that you are watching right now. As I am kind of bitter after losing, after DNFing out of Saudi Arabia. That was pretty upsetting. Here we go then. New fastest lap of the race by a 1/10 of a second. We're going to try and make the pass on Sergio Perez, our old teammate, our old pal, and no love lost, clearly, as we make slight contact, wheel bang. No damage to either of us in terms of pace lost or actual car damage. I don't believe Perez has any damage. If he pits, he does. If he doesn't, then he's fine. But I was not told that he made a huge amount of contact with him, so the FIA vouch it as a clean move, clean and fair. So we will now push on after the boy from Brazil, Felipe Drugovich, trying to win his first race in Formula 1, trying to win it with Ferrari. That's kind of difficult, but he is trying. He's already got in his first podium, so let's see what he can do with his defense against us. Currently the best team on the grid, on paper, at least. I'm surprised Lando hasn't been able to re-overtake the Mercedes. Oh, and we make the same move on Felipe Drugovich that we made a few laps earlier on Jehan Daruvala, and now we see ourselves leading the race. We lead the Chinese Grand Prix. However, that Ferrari is coming back at us, forces us off wide. See if the FIA has anything to say about that. I will say I feel like he squeezed me out way too much, as we see now Leclerc going very defensive on Lance Stroll. So now I see Lando making a move on Lance Stroll. I think he's completed the move. Has he? Yes, he has. Lando is now up to P5. So we're down to P3 now. I want to say that I think Drugovich forced us out wide, but you guys saw it was... He left me plenty of room. He just spooked me off a bit. So I can't really get mad at him. So Drugovich continues to lead ahead of Perez, ahead of myself, as we head into turn 1 once more. Can we make the same move we've made 2 times already on Checo? Yes, we can. Oh my goodness, that is probably my favorite overtaking zone at this point. So we've overtaken now 3 different drivers. We've overtaken Checo 2 times there. So we've made that same move 4 different times. My goodness. Lando, this is really just damage limitation for the championship leader, as I continue to chase after Felipe Drugovich. The race leader... Oh my man. Felipe Drugovich, the 2022 Formula 2 World Champion, looking for his first ever Grand Prix win in Formula 1, trying to win it in China. You guys have no idea what this is showing me and how much this means to me. You don't know just yet, but you will later on in the year. Oh no. That ain't good. We are so low on fuel. No. This means we're going to have to start saving. We cannot chase after Drugovich anymore. We need to save this fuel to even make it to the end. Because there's no way to change the fuel bias. Oh, that's bad. That is very bad. We cannot we're not able to chase after Felipe Drugovich. So we are going to try and defend this P2 with all of our might against Sergio Perez, because I do not want to lose this podium to a teammate who went to frickin' McLaren. So we force Perez wide, so now Charles Leclerc trying to get up into the podium to try and make it a double podium for the Scuderia. He may even make it a 1-2 for the Scuderia, as Lando Norris also gets past us. So we go from chasing Felipe Drugovich to losing out possibly on a full-on podium. Not just the race win, but a podium. Scuderia Ferrari. My. What a story book ending this would be for them here in China as we make contact with our teammate trying to get past him. You guys know I do not like being beaten by my teammates. Oh, and he squeezed us out. Checo even went for the move. Lando squeezed us so much. I think that was retaliation for us making contact with him, though. So, oh wait, I see that, Checo. Your rear wing is stuck open. Checo's Sergio Perez has a stuck open DRS. He is going to be massively quick down this straight. God dang. So we do lose out on the podium because Lando is way too far out. We may even lose out on this P4. Big lock up into the final hairpin. Felipe Drugovich, take a bow. What a drive from the young Brazilian. And it's a 1-2 for the Scuderia Ferrari. As Charles Leclerc brings home the P2. Lando Norris, well done, P3. Wow. Had to get a couple of photos there. My, Felipe Drugovich. Just take a bow, my friend. Take a bow. My. What a race. What a race. And what a victory. With that race win, Felipe Drugovich now lies in P2 in the driver's standings, only 7 points behind Lando Norris. I can't stress it enough. Felipe Drugovich, take a flippin' bow, my friend. You are a race winner. And what a way to get it. Scuderia Ferrari. They may be in a shot for this title. Okay, so what I have here is the recording of the race. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be reacting to Drugovich. I will not be watching every lap, and I'll be pausing here and there. This is lap 7, on to lap 7, so by this point I've already made my pit stop. Drugovich has not. So let's see how it goes. I just want to see, like, this is amazing for Felipe. He's running P2 at the moment in that Ferrari. Doing very well. And you can see Lando is a ways away, but Drugovich is actually closing the gap. Oh, man. So yes, by this point, I've already made my pit stop, so I'm down in P14 at the moment, chasing after who else but Drugovic's teammate. This is when I was chasing after Leclerc. Oh, man. I mean, you love to see it. Ferrari has been in the sport for so long. It's amazing. Let's see what he can do. I want to see how they were able to do this pit stop. I also want to see what happened to Lando, because he got stuck. So there's Lando going in. There's Drugovich going in. Everyone is going to follow. Oh! Oh, hello! Lando! What are you doing, mate? You're going way too fast. So, okay. That is what happened. Lando had a major lockup going into the pits. I think then he just got held up in the pits because people were coming out. That is really upsetting. Yeah, he's getting held up because the Mercedes was there. Oh, that's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. So that, and then Sir Perez. Oh my goodness. Perez nearly took it away. I could have probably... Oh, man. Drugovich defended so well. I am very proud of him. Here's that fateful moment where I actually made the overtake on Checo. I was trying not... There's the initial contact. Yeah, there. We can actually go ahead and look at this. I do believe... Yep, right there. That's the contact. You can see it a lot better on when I'm on Drugovich. So yeah, here we're going. I know I'm trying to focus on Drugovich, but yeah, guys. There's the contact. You can just see a little plume of smoke, and you see me and Checo go kind of straight forward a little bit. Checo did kind of lose a tiny little bit of speed, but so did I, so the FIA didn't really rule it as they needed to penalize me. So this is on lap 10 now. By this point, I was still like, oh yeah, we can catch Drugovich, we can still win this race. It wasn't until about lap 13 when I realized, oh, we're not gonna win this race. We don't have enough fuel in the car. So, yeah, I was pushing heavily to try and get past Drugovich. And, well, we did get past Drugovich, actually, but, yeah, he came back at us. That's also something else I want to see. Like, I want to show you guys that there was enough room for me. I just got spooked off. I hope that's how it was, because if it wasn't, I'm going to be pretty mad at Drugovich. If he actually pushed me off. So yeah, by this point, it was a 4-way fight for the lead at this point. Like, insane. And then you got those two ranging up behind, the Mercedes of Lance Stroll and our teammate Lando Norris. There we go, around the outside, trying to make the move, and then we cut to the inside. We did kind of force Drugovich wide a bit, so I will not lie about that. We did push him wide a bit, so maybe it was just a little bit of retaliation. Just a little bit. I went wide, though, so I went wide in that corner, and then I went wide in the corner where he overtook me. So, yeah, he's right up my gearbox. Yep, there we go. We go wide, and then It's hard to tell. I want to see that. I want to see that from my point of view. Slowed. So here's Drugovich. Let's get rid of that really quickly. Here's Drugovich. He's giving me plenty of room. Let's see it from Checo really quickly. Yeah, I'm the one who's just turning it on him. No contact. No contact was made. No contact whatsoever. Alright. Now I think it's time to see the final lap of this man. Here we go. On to the final lap now. This was, really, it was really special for Ferrari. Be running 1-2. Insane. I cannot believe it. I don't believe it. Oh, man. By this point, Drugovich, 3.2 seconds ahead of Leclerc. All he had to do was try to hold on. And he did. He drove like a champion today. Made no mistakes, made every overtake stick. Defended like a lion. There I am, just trying my best to hold on to lowly P4. At least I finished, though. I can be happy with that. I at least finished. Number 13 on Felipe's car. That is something really special. Through the final hairpin, I think by this point it was really starting to kick in for Felipe. As he comes through the final corner, F1 grants its newest race winner. And Scuderia Ferrari takes a 1-2. And with this in the background, Felipe Drugovich taking the checker flag for his first time in his career, I can announce to you that Season 7 teammate, Felipe Drugovich.